So what I'm doing in the back is I'm taking a small piece from the top to the bottom and adding it to the center guide. So I'm gonna come all the way up at the apex and I'm gonna come down, slice a little section out, move the rest of the hair out of your way. Okay, bring it 90 degrees out from the head. Center of the back. I'm going to come down at 90 degrees from down here because the head shape is down. I find the bottom piece and I'm going to cut to the second knuckle. Again, I'm using the comb just as a guide to know that I'm about 7 inches away as I'm coming up, and I can see the previous guide. Second knuckle. Second knuckle. And I connected to there. So now I'm going to pivot. The top of the center is going to stay the same, okay? And my section's going to pivot. So I'm going to get up to here at the top every time, and there's not going to be very much to cut, okay?
Oh shoot, I forgot.
Okay, so now here I am at 90 degrees again, bringing the hair out at the bottom. You'll start to see your guide a little bit better now. Right there on that side. Walk it up. Make sure the hair is straight from the scalp. And connect. Okay. So now I'm getting close to this edge where I have this hole. So I want to be really careful. I'm going to start to I'm still taking the hair out at 90 degrees and cutting it, but I'm over directing it towards the back a little bit, okay? The section's still being held at 90 degrees. So now I'm going to take the top and I'm going to come down here. I'm going to bring it out at 90 degrees, but I'm over directing back towards the center at 90 degrees. So see how the section, this hair is at 90 degrees from the head, but it's just over directed back to where I cut the previous section. And I'm going to start to not have to cut really much hair at all. So I already cut that, right? So I'm going to pivot here. Be careful you're not taking that hairline. Over direct this back to the center, or not quite the center, but where I had the second section. To second knuckle, still holding the hair at 90 degrees from the head, just over directed. There it is. Okay, right here is mostly my hairline, so I'm going to take it, over direct the hair to the not the center, but the second section. I do not want to cut the edge, so I'm going to pull it down. I need to see where it is. It's right here. I'm going to over direct so I'm not cutting it. Out here. See how that's dropping, so I'm not cutting it. Still walking up 90 degrees from the head, just over directing. So this section here, when I finally took the last bit of it, it was really kind of even past the original center guide. Walked it back here. Because when I over direct it this way now, that hair is traveling a further distance. So when I drop it, we shouldn't have a hole on the side. Is there a hole, Kate? I might have a straggler, but I can pick that up.
Are you over directing the other side?
Find it. I am. I'm gonna over direct the other side to the back to the center. So it's like the first section that you cut in the center is 90 degrees all the way up. The second one is 90 degrees all the way up. The third, fourth, and fifth sections are brought back. Okay? So here's how it looks on this side. You'll get good at this in the salon. You will not need to do all of this extra step. You'll know what you're looking at and where you're going to. So this is 90 degrees here, the bottom. I'm gonna walk it up. I can see my guide underneath. It's quite a bit of hair coming off. Trust your guide. Clients don't come in with hair that is all the same length to start with. So if you find that you're cutting more off of one side, check yourself and make sure, but they very well may have come in with less hair on that side, okay? So now I'm gonna pivot here and I'm gonna start bringing this hair to the center. Still down at 90. But in the center. Here, just have to be super careful. I'm not cutting my guideline. Bringing it all down into the center. And I can see my guide here. You can see it right there. So of course, this hair that's traveling is far longer than 7 inches. That's why we can't measure the hair from every part of the head. They just have to connect to their guides. There should be very little here. Okay, so I don't have any hole in my side. Now I just have to cross-check here, the area between the front and the back. I just want to bring it out from the head and just make sure that I don't have any super long pieces that are not connected. And bring it up here, and that looks right. Same thing on this side. It's cross-checking in a way. Bringing it out at 90 and cross-checking it. And then you can cross-check horizontally. You want to make sure you don't cut horizontally. So my section in the back of the head here should be shorter in the center and longer on the edges. So if I take it right from the middle here, it should be shorter. You can see I missed a piece. But here's the center, and see how it's gradually getting longer as it goes that way, and the side too. So I found a piece right here. I'm gonna pick this section up. I'm gonna bring it over here. You can see it right there. So now, should get gradually longer as it goes. If you got a couple pieces and you can't find them, you can kind of point cut that in just like that, but don't cut straight lines across. If you notice, as I'm coming out here, do you see how it's getting longer as it's moving out to that corner? And here, it will get longer as it moves out to this corner. So the corners are where you kind of got to just check a little bit and see how there's just a little piece there. Kind of point cut that in. Okay. That is it. That is the 90-degree haircut.